All right, I have to get this out the way because, um, as much as I tolerate the weather here, it's balls cold. So this review may be on the shorter side. I don't know. We're going to see how we play out and what I'm going to talk about in the review. But I think I'd rather take this weather over what it is in, over in the UK, because my assumption is it's also cold, and also in the summertime it's also warm as well. So honestly, I don't think it would be too much of a difference. But I just thought I'd state my current situation right now because it's really really cold out. But the action in this movie was scorching hot, literally at some points. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Daniel Strong. Welcome back to QuickTime Reactions, and I have just gotten done with my triple movie marathon. The second one I will talk about at my I guess we'll call studio, even though it's not a studio, it's my bedroom. Talk about that at a nice warmer place. But this last one, I really wanted to get my thoughts out on this immediately. Plus, the second movie is a foreign film, and I would like to not try and mispronounce any names. Although I think I have a pretty good grapple on this one. I'm, of course, talking about 28 years later, The Bone Temple. This is probably the first big release of the year, this movie, and it just comes out months after the first film in this new supposed trilogy, 28 years later. This movie, we see Ralph Fiennes, Jack O'Connell, and Alfie Williams return from the first film, but we have some new characters, Aaron Kellerman, as well as a whole host of others are in this movie. And we literally pick up right where the last one left off. Spike is with the group of Jimmies. Meanwhile, Kelson, having itch after, Spike showing up with a non-infected baby from an infected person, and with his continual encounters with the alpha Samson, tries to devise a way to maybe stop the rage virus from spreading onward. So last year's 28 years later, I think it was probably in my top 10 of the year. It was so wholly unique and original, and just so good, so violent, and it was just so awesome to see that. Of course, that first movie was directed by the man who made 28 Days Later, Danny Boyle. Not this one, however. Boyle does serve as an executive producer on the movie, but this one was directed by Nia DaCosta, who has dabbled a little bit in horror. Her 2021 Candyman movie as a bit of reference, but I think most people would know her from directing The Marvels, which many people class as one of the worst MCU movies ever made. I don't see it that way. I think it's actually a pretty fun movie, and people gave that too much grief. But this one is solely hers. This is, she's not trying to emulate Boyle's style, but I think she does a pretty good job of making this one wholly her own and really, really unique. There are points in which the camera is mounted on certain characters and it follows them, almost like it's a GoPro rig, which I thought was really, really cool. And just the way that she shoots, kind of just like wide open shots, like big exterior shots, like of the Bone Temple, where it's like shown over time lapse. That stuff is really, really cool as well. So her style fits this movie. It's more traditional than, say, that first movie with Danny Boyle. where it's very experimental. This one is far more traditional, but still very unique in its own way. Um, Alex Garland once again returns to write the script for this movie, as much as he did with the first movie, or I should say, the first movie in this supposed new trilogy. And I think he does a really good job in this, where every single person in this story has something going for him. Like Jimmy, Sir Lord Jimmy, as I shall call him. He is wanting to, just be a dominating cult leader. As I will call her Jimmy number one, Erin Kellerman's character, she has both seen the outside world on her own and has seen it through the eyes of this cult. And, she's trying to play both sides as best she can, but, at some point you're going to have to pick a side. Of course, Spike, finds himself in this position, and then he slowly realizes maybe I should not be in this position. And then probably my favorite of the storylines going through this is Kelson and Samson. Those two, at first, it's it's just like two buddies hanging out. But once Kelson starts to learn more, it's like he gets the ideas turning, and it's like, maybe I can stop this. And it's all down to the amazing performances in the cast. Alfie Williams is once again amazing as Spike. Doesn't get as much prominence as he did in that first movie, but he still really shines in this one. Two standouts, in my opinion, are Ralph Fiennes and Jack O'Connell. Fiennes is absolutely amazing in every single thing he does. And there's just a presence about him where it's very few actors have this, where there's a presence about a person and you just hang on every single word that they say and you're glued to the screen that entire time. He's one of those actors. I would say Alan Rickman is another one of those actors where you're just glued to the screen and you hear every single word that that person says. And he was absolutely amazing in this. But I would say the best performance in this is Jack O'Connell. He plays Jimmy with whimsy, yet there's also psychopathy in there as well. Now, I'm comparing this to the last time I saw Jack O'Connell, which was in Sinners, where he was Remick. And Remick had, whimsy and a charisma and a swagger about him, but it was more when it came time for the more dramatic stuff, it was more of a menace rather than in this one where it's pure psychopathy and you don't know when that switch is going to hit and he's just going to fly off the handle and just go crazy. And that is an undertone, especially, and I'm not revealing anything when I say this, but there's a certain dinner scene that happens in this movie where you just feel that air of tension throughout that entire thing. And especially when they go into a barn, that psychopathy comes out. And it's tame, but it's still psychopathy. And it's terrifying. It's legitimately terrifying. And just the way that he thinks and he acts is just so unnerving and unsettling. And especially when he has that conversation with Kelson, you really get to delve into kind of his psychology, his way of thinking, and why he does the things that he does. And it's really very interesting, really, really interesting. And then once we get towards the tail end of the movie, as a line in the movie says, they crank it up to 11, big time. And it literally turns into, excuse me, turns into a rock album, whole stop. And I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And then the final scene, it leaves that door open. It leaves the door open for that potential third movie. And man, I want to see it. I want to see it so bad. I want to see it so bad. Um, yeah, I don't want to say anything about it. You should definitely see it. Um, but yeah, I really want to see that third movie really, really bad. This is a completely different flavor of the cake, but it is a flavor that I like nonetheless. Really good performances in this, really good direction, really good writing. Cinematography was really, really good. The music by Hildur Gothducher, I probably butchered that last name horribly. Same composer that did the music for the Joker movie. I think both Joker movies. Um, that was on point as well. Really good score. Just a really good movie with really good themes in it, and it's just a fun time. I definitely think that this was better than that first one. I already really liked that first one, but this is really, really better. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I definitely think that you should check it out over this weekend. But those are just my thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts on the movie? Let me know down in the comments section below. But I think that's going to be pretty much it for me on this one, guys. Be safe out there. And just to let y'all know, I'm wearing this jacket because I'm cold, not because, I'm a part of the Jimmy gang. Also, another reason why is because I don't have the wig for it. So, you know, I'm not a part of a cult. Just putting that out there. And I will catch you guys next time.